In the small town of Willow Creek, there lived a young man named Eli. He had always felt different from his peers, though he couldn't pinpoint why. His childhood had been filled with expectations. His parents wanted him to follow the conventional path: graduate from college, get a stable job, and eventually settle down with a nice family. It seemed like a dream many others had, but Eli always felt uneasy. From a young age, Eli had a passion for art. He would spend hours drawing in his sketchbook, capturing the beauty of the world around him. Yet, each time he showed his drawings to his parents, they would smile politely but remind him of his responsibilities. "Art is nice, Eli," his father would say, "but you need to be practical." Despite their love, their advice felt like a burden on Eli's heart. As he grew older, Eli tried his best to follow the rules. He enrolled in a prestigious business school, graduated with honors, and landed a well-paying job at a corporate firm. On the outside, it seemed like everything was falling into place. Yet, inside, Eli felt hollow. His days were filled with endless meetings, spreadsheets, and presentations. He couldn't remember the last time he had picked up a paintbrush or felt the joy of creating something from his soul. One evening, after another long and exhausting day at the office, Eli found himself walking through the city's art district. The colorful buildings and vibrant murals that adorned the walls spoke to him in ways that his office job never did. He walked into a small gallery, where a painting on the wall caught his eye: a breathtaking sunset over a mountain range, the colors bleeding into each other like a dream. It made him feel something he hadn't felt in years: a deep sense of peace. The gallery owner, an older woman named Grace, noticed him standing in front of the painting. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" she asked. Eli nodded, his voice barely a whisper. "It is. It reminds me of something I've lost." Grace smiled knowingly. "You've lost yourself, haven't you?" Eli felt a rush of emotions. He wanted to tell her everything: the frustration, the fear, the yearning, but the words didn't come. Instead, he simply nodded again. She motioned for him to sit down. "You know, I've met many people who feel like they're living someone else's life. They follow the rules, follow the path set for them by others, and forget who they are along the way. But there is one thing I've learned in my years of living: authenticity is the key to a fulfilling life." Eli furrowed his brow. "Authenticity?" "Indeed," Grace said, her voice calm but firm. "Living authentically means embracing who you truly are. It means acknowledging your passions, your dreams, and even your fears. It's about being honest with yourself, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. It's about not living someone else's life but your own." Eli sat in silence, her words echoing in his mind. He had spent so many years trying to meet the expectations of others that he had forgotten what he truly wanted. But now, the possibility of living authentically seemed like the only path worth taking. The following weeks were a turning point for Eli. He began to question the life he had been living. He started spending his evenings painting again, reconnecting with the joy he had once felt. He also took small steps toward change at work. He began saying no to tasks that didn't align with his values and started to look for a way to incorporate creativity into his professional life. However, the most difficult part was telling his parents. He knew they would be disappointed when they found out that he no longer wanted to pursue a career in business. So, one Sunday afternoon, he invited them over to his apartment, where he had laid out some of his recent paintings. As they sat down, Eli spoke up. "I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. I've realized that I've been living the life I thought you wanted for me, not the one I want for myself." His parents exchanged concerned glances. "What do you mean, son?" his mother asked, her voice tinged with worry. "I want to pursue art," Eli said quietly but firmly. "I know it's not the easiest path, but it's what makes me feel alive. I want to live authentically, even if that means taking risks and stepping away from what is safe." For a long moment, his parents didn't speak. The silence was thick, and Eli could feel his heart pounding in his chest. Finally, his father spoke. "We just want you to be happy, Eli," his father said, his voice softer than usual. "We may not understand your choice, but if it's what you truly want, then we'll support you." Tears welled up in Eli's eyes as he realized how much he had been afraid of disappointing them. But in that moment, he understood that authenticity wasn't just about following his own dreams, it was about being true to himself, no matter the consequences. Over time, Eli built a new life for himself. He became a successful artist, teaching workshops and creating pieces that reflected his journey of self-discovery. His paintings inspired others to find their own paths, to live their truths, and to embrace the beauty of being authentic. Moral lesson: authentic living requires courage, self-awareness, and the willingness to step away from the expectations and pressures of others. It's not always the easiest path, but it is the one that leads to true fulfillment. When we live authentically, we not only find our own happiness but also inspire others to do the same. It's a reminder that, in the end, the most important thing is not how others see us, but how we see ourselves.